And to shed more light on the situation in Iran, we are joined over the phone by Mr. Mohamed Sabreen, Managing Editor, Al-Ahram newspaper. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
So, Mr. Mohammed, how do you read the situation in Iran now after the United States struck the Iranian nuclear sites on Sunday?
You know, it seems to me that, you know, both Israel and Iran are heading toward a very painful and intense, and a long fight. And, they started to hit, what they call it, the soft target, in both sides, and trying to, both of them trying to achieve the most painful effect among, the public opinion in both countries. And at the same time, we are witnessing, a lot of diplomatic, efforts regarding to contain, this difficult, and painful war from spreading to, to threaten, the rest of the region.
Yes, Mr. Mohammed, how do you read international reaction to the United States intervention in this war?
Up till now, it seems to me that, Europe and the Americans, especially, Britain and Germany are taking sides with Americans in regarding, that, Iran is a threat, to Israel. But it seems to me that even inside Europe, we witnessed yesterday, the Slovenian representative at the Security Council was actually saying that, this escalation is not going to lead to anything, and they didn't support, the military actions. At the same time, it seems to me that, the Islamic and Arabic world are very united, behind the, containing the escalation of war and, demanding the international community and the Americans, to go to the negotiation table. And, it is very clear that, nobody in our area is supporting or encouraging, the escalation, and they want to have a quick end for this fighting.
So, Mr. Mohammed, to what extent this war is affecting the global economy?
It's already affecting, the price of oil jumped from $60 per barrel to $80 per barrel, and a lot of, experts are estimating that, if we are going to witness any escalation or closure of Hormuz, the price could shoot, to $120 per barrel, and also disturbing, the system of supply for, other goods, and it's going to affect, the Chinese and Asia, and also is going to affect, some European experts saying that, it's going to have a big international inflation wave, which is going to affect Europe. And we are recently, Mrs. von der Leyen, from European Commission discussed with President Trump the scenarios how to contain, the cut of supply of oil and gas coming from our region.
And sir, do you expect Iran to take the decision of closing Hormuz Strait? And if this happens, what are the repercussions of this decision?
Up to now, it seems to me that the Iranians are actually trying to be reasonable and not to expand or the scale of confrontation. They're trying to concentrate in fighting against Israel and not to alienate the rest of Arab countries in the region, and also to affect the interests of the international community. So in this regard, I don't think up to now that the Iranians are going to go to any extra escalation only if they are feeling that they are already surrendered and having facing a very difficult situation. So we notice that they are moving gradually of their own response.
So, sir, also the Israeli Defense Minister said that Israel was no longer limiting its attacks to its initial targets, such as Iran's nuclear program and missiles, and would go after Tehran's government ability to maintain power. So, do you expect the scale of war to increase?
Usually, from past experience, usually, the party of war escalating, the confrontation before reaching, the negotiation table. So in this regard, I think, we start to listen or to have, at the same time, some leaks regarding that Israeli officials saying that, we can't no longer could deal with a very long and painful, war. So it seems to me the escalation is one effort from the Israeli side, to try to have a quick end for this war, and also at the same time, asking some of the international community, some of their friends, to intervene. And I think, the negotiation between Arabji, the foreign minister of Iran, and the Russian President Vladimir Putin today comes in this regard. So we are witnessing, two parallel roads, the war and also the negotiation road.
So, sir, one final question. If we talk about the United States, how it is balancing its alliance with Israel and its broader strategic interests in the region, especially the Gulf area?
I think, the Americans, would love to finish the war at this stage, and because, Trump is facing a very difficult task, because his effort to attack Iran was not having the full support even from his base in America, and some voices from the Democratic and also some senators are arguing against the involvement of America in another endless war. At the same time, as you mentioned, the Gulf and the Arab friends of America are not happy, and they are expressing, in a very strong and very clear voices that they are afraid, and also they want to stop this war and not to spread it. So I think Trump is facing a very difficult situation, and trying to have a deal, and also not to alienate the traditional friends in the Arab countries, and also not to inflame, the international community. And given the fact that, the rise of oil prices and, a new wave of inflation is going to affect, the situation inside America, and this will harm him, politically, and especially with the coming of the elections, for the Congress, which is going to happen in the middle of his term.
Yes, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Mohamed Sabreen, Managing Editor at Al Ahram newspaper. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Short break, and we'll be back, so stay tuned.